real quick. Let's you know, might as well I talk about it as well, since this has happened. Apparently Angry Joe has freaking, has freaking crashed out apparently. I cannot believe it in my personal opinion.
Oh man, I never thought I would make a video on the Angry Joe show. I'm sure you guys know who that is, and in case you guys don't know, he's a YouTuber with over 3 million subs. He talks about movies, games. He used to be really big back in the 2010s, early 2020s, if you will. This is a YouTuber that
I'm like, he's still relatively big still, but I just feel like he's definitely has gone a little bit downhill in my personal opinion.
actually used to watch a lot, and to see him go out this way is pretty sad. I gotta keep it real with y'all. I never thought the day would come where I would have to make a video on him. This is why Twitter is bad. If you're a content creator and you tweet, please stop. This is why Twitter fucking sucks and no one should be using it. And if you really sit down
Well,
and think,
for me specifically, I have no problem with my Twitter feed anyways. I just don't interact with these kinds of things in general, so
about it, a lot of people's downfalls started because they couldn't stop fucking tweeting. I think anyone that tweets 10 to 15 to 20 times per day is a chronically online loser. Shout out to Diesel Patches for the inspiration behind this video, because I had no idea this went down. So to give you guys a little context, Angry Joe, the movie reviewer guy, made a video talking about the new movie The Odyssey, and he made the fatal mistake of actually liking the movie. As a matter of fact, he gave it a 10 out of 10, if I'm not mistaken, according to his rating.
It's just woof. That's why I go to the theaters. In a world where for some reason storytellers and producers and everything want to do the subverting expectations and I got you thing, and it's like, oh well, you
I'll be
predict.
honest with you, it's very weird that he gave it a 10 out of 10, like, and a badass seal of approval. Even though he himself has some actual criticisms, of what's actually wrong with the movie or so. If I remember correctly, like he has some pointers or so. But for some apparent reason he gave it a 10 out of 10, which personally makes no sense whatsoever. I'm just kind of like, okay, so you gave it a 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, badass seal of approval, but yet you still have some criticisms on certain things in general about the movie. Makes no sense.
At the end, well, this and that. It's good to get a satisfying conclusion to a well-told story that has a message and has morals and has something to think about towards the end. And well told, Nolan. You keep choosing these projects that you're passionate about, because you could definitely tell on the cells here that he cared about telling this story. So
Now, I did go out and watch The
I don't think he said the actual verdict. I think he just talked about it. I don't think he said 10 out of 10.
Odyssey, and I liked it. There were so many people online being like, yeah, it's woke and it sucks, and I hate wokeness, and this is pure woke. I saw the movie and I enjoyed it. I guess that means that I'm woke. I like The Odyssey. Christopher Nolan, he doesn't miss. He's a goat, but I digress. We're not here to talk about my movie review. We're talking about Joe, and I don't give a fuck if people agree with me or not. You could love it. You could hate it. You could think it's woke and, you're the king of anti-woke or whatever the fuck. If that's how you feel about it, great. More power to you. But I like the movie. And you would assume that someone like Joe would get that. You like the movie, Joe? That's great.
Yeah.
What he decided to do afterwards and his crash out over...
Yeah, for me personally, I really don't care. If you like the movie, that's fine. If you don't like the movie, that's fine. It's whatever. Everyone has different opinions at the end of the day, so.
A film. This all started because Joe wanted to convince other people to watch this movie and that it's so fucking good. Wow, some people like this and some people don't like that. Who could have thought? So Joe says, but all the serious right-wing grifters, critics, told us nobody would like this film because of all the black women and trans people and the lack of Greeks, and because it's totally boring going around parading, yeah, guys, this movie won Look, guys, it got 96. First of all, if you're using Rotten Tomatoes as a fucking reference point, it's kind of pathetic. This is pretty
Yeah.
cringe. I gotta keep it real with y'all. And he continues, praised by audiences and critics, The Odyssey is now a massive commercial hit worldwide. Despite a months-long right-wing anti-woke influencer backlash, trying their hardest to call it woke and steer people away. Singing the praises of the movie, which, you know, I get it, you like the movie. But why is he acting like he made the movie? And someone said that you get paid along with the reviewers on Rotten Tomatoes to promote and hype the movie. He says, yeah, here's a Lamborghini. Christopher Nolan bought us for our paid review. So this response is fine. You know, I don't see a problem with this. It's everything that came shortly before this. Also, I just saw that he tweeted this at 8 a.m. Why are you interacting with losers
Jesus
at 8 a.m.?
Christ.
Why are you trying to convince people that will never watch this movie into watching it? Why are you tweeting 40 times per day? And no, I am not exaggerating. He has almost responded to everyone who's
40 times per day for the entire day? Man, that's kind of crazy in my personal opinion.
been
Hello.
critical of him. So this is when we get
Welcome,
introduced to a
welcome.
YouTuber that goes by Yellow Flash. This guy is like a anti-woke thingy stuff. I don't watch the content really. But he and Angry Joe had a back and forth. If I'm not mistaken, because Yellow Flash tweeted, and keep this in mind, at this point, Yellow Flash has made multiple videos on Angry Joe. Keep that in mind. I was fat for years. It wrecked my back. Still dealing with the fallout years later. Took real work, consistency in the gym, diet changes, and facing hard truths to fix it. If you're unhappy with where you are, start today. Small habits compound. No one's coming to save you. It's on you. Magic drugs won't help. Yada yada yada. Only work hard. Fine. Great message. Motivational. Okay, cool. Whatever. And then Angry Joe responded. And he says, now this explains a lot. Good for you now to work on not being such a piece of shit to others online because of how unhappy you were with yourself. I get it. It's Twitter. You guys have beef. So here's my mentality,
Jesus
right? I'm not
Christ.
going to get involved into something for free. You would assume someone like Angry Joe would know this. I mean, this guy has been around since I was a baby. You would assume someone like him would understand not to engage with people. I'm not calling Yellow Flash a troll, but with the other people that, you know, he's calling out. People on Twitter with like 3 followers. No, what are we doing here? It's pathetic. It's weird. And then this is when things get really bad for Joe. He says, you Muppet, you literally just described your entire channel, LOL. Here's you crying and crashing out about literally everything, including my mean tweet. It's probably why you hide your face, because you look like this. Talk about bitch tits. The person that Angry Joe decided to show isn't Yellow Flash. This is some fan of Yellow Flash, and that's already bad enough. Like, if you're going to
Well, not just that. In general, he's also like I think a cancer survivor too, or battling with cancer. It's either one of the two or so specifically, which even makes Joe even more looking bad because he didn't delete the tweet or he didn't apologize afterwards for using the wrong image in general. So it really does make him look really bad.
call out someone and be like, yeah, look, you're fat. If you're going to do that, at least have the right person. But Angry Joe didn't even check, and the person that he used was a guy that was a fan of the Yellow Flash who was battling cancer.
Yeah.
So Angry Joe essentially took this guy that was battling cancer, put him on blast, thinking it was Yellow Flash, but it was not. It was a Yellow Flash guy, fan, who was battling cancer. In my opinion, that's a pretty big fuck up. Number one, attacking a fan, and number two, a fan with cancer. And as far as I'm concerned, Angry Joe hasn't apologized. Dude, you're like 80 years old. You should know better by now. I go back to what I was saying earlier. Why on earth would you willingly spend your free time when you could literally be doing anything? It's Angry Joe, millions of subs, billions of views. I'm sure he's a multi-millionaire by now. Why spend time arguing with literal nobodies online? Like, I get it if you and Yellow Flash guy, I think that's his name, if you guys have beef and you guys are going back and forth, I get it. I'm a content creator. I completely understand that. But why are you arguing with people and then dragging innocent fans into this? It's just sad. And remember when
Yeah.
I said that he's replying to everyone who dares to criticize the movie The Odyssey? Joe is doing more defending for The Odyssey than Christopher Nolan did. And he made the fucking movie. Angry Joe just reviewed it. It's all over a review, by the way. I'm sure if Joe would have said, yeah, this is a good movie, I give it an 8, I give it a 9. Or even if he personally feels like it's a 10 out of 10 cinema, that's completely fine. That's your opinion. But my question once again goes back to, why are you interacting with nobodies on Twitter? This person says, just one more tweet and you'll own the chuds. Joe, don't stop. Just one more tweet. Just one more tweet, Rags. Please. Oh man, y'all get to have all the fun on here. Not fair.
Jesus Christ. Rags? Damn, I was not expecting to see Rags on here, to be honest. I haven't seen his content in a long time, to be honest. That's wild to see.
Dude, I'm begging you. I don't know if Joe's watching this, but dude, I'm begging you. Please stop. Please stop replying to people. Seems like I touched a nerve just like how that right wing chud touched your... I'm sorry, you were... Feel better now that you got that out. Good for you, chud. Yo, please stop. Joe, you're a
Yeah,
chud.
we'll be honest with you. The word chud or so is just completely just lost all meaning at this point, you know? He keeps saying a lot of, like... You know what? Diesel Patches might have been right or so. He definitely says chud quite a lot, just like how Casey Tron says incel a lot.
Oh my god. This is down bad. Like, how do you even...
I'm gonna be honest with you, I have no idea what chud even means, to be honest.
Get to this point? And I mean, I could really make this video like 30 minutes long. I mean, just look at all the responses. Like, does he have nothing
Jesus.
better to do? This was going on 4 days. He's still going. Please stop. Please stop. So honestly, this was pretty
This is pretty bad.
pretty cringe. There's no reason for anyone to spend their whole weekend, if not almost a full week, defending a movie. Send me some of your best angry...
That's why I personally think like certain like English slangs and terminologies I just don't understand because I don't know what they mean or what they are anyways. I feel like they always invent some kind of new word apparently.
Joe memes. We will judge
Apparently
them.
like the new what is it? Void slop, Goid slop or whatever. Apparently there's a new one now and I'm just kind of like I don't know what that means.
Live tomorrow and pick a winner. My faves. Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
I think that's enough.
That's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie, to be honest. God lordy lord. Anyways, that's the end of the video. And honestly, pretty freaking crazy in my personal opinion. Good lord, dude. I don't know why he's even arguing with people on the internet, to be frankly honest. It makes no sense for me, but hey, you do you at the end of the day. You do whatever you want. And yeah, peace.